doing?
I'm doing great, X10. Ready for this race? Any percent race? I know you've been practicing. I know you got a new PB too.
I got 3 new PBs this week alone.
3 new PBs. Sounds good. Yeah, so this is going to be an any percent race. Actually, we just improved the world record in this game. We're sub 59. And I'm going up against X10. X10's a veteran of this game. And much respect. I think there was like 2 runs on the leaderboard when he started running this game.
I think there's 2, and that was the 3rd one.
So we take this way back, and while our times may be a little different, our passion for the game is equal. So this should be an exciting race. I think we're gonna need a countdown now.
Okay, how about I'll do the countdown? I guess? Let's start 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, let's go. Good luck.
Good luck on your end. So
the first thing we're gonna do, change the message speed. 0.
No time for text or talking. No phones allowed here, people. Turn them off.
Alright, Act 1, let's go. Best music of the game.
I know, Northwall Act 2 is up there.
A lot of the techniques we're going to be using in this run require the slash jump, so you're going to see that used a lot. It extends the range and height of our jumps. We also don't do too much fighting in this game, a lot of damage boosting. First boss is easier to fight from behind. You can actually get 3 quick hits before the fight even starts.
Oh, I got so lucky. Almost died to the first boss. Good start to the race.
So I'm sYn, I'm on the left, X10's on the right. We've both been running this game for years. We've never actually went head-to-head. We kick off simulation. Simulation is scripted. I'm going to be using what's called a 39 cycle route. And we're going to try to get 39 construction cycles to get to level 10. Level 10 is the requirement for getting to the last area, which is Northwall. And usually simulation's supposed to be pretty quiet and peaceful, but in the speedrun it's very hectic. Because we actually have to kill as many monsters as possible and get our souls up. Souls equate to population. So the good news is everything that we're doing in the simulation is scripted. The bad news is the monsters control
a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of patrol action on my side. So X10 is probably going to be looking at the same situation.
Time bit, yeah.
Now his builds are probably going to differ a little bit. He's been running the game for so long, doing 100%, that he's used to going for a little more squares than maybe the world record route. But
luckily I've cut back a lot.
Yeah, this is what I say. This is the intense part, like the platforming in this game.
That's the relaxing part.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a quintet game. This was the first of their releases, basically a lot of the information does get reused. Sound effects, health bar.
Alright, here we go.
So I'm actually doing a little bit of an unconventional build myself because I got trolled by the monsters here. But ideally, you want to seal the layers as quickly as possible to initiate the next act. So there's 2 acts per area. And there's going to be a lot of mashing the text boxes because we don't really care what the people have to say.
Oh, whoops. Well, I messed up. Big time. Oh, my house is caught on fire.
Yeah, so if you build in a certain way, you can avoid the house turning on fire, but it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you get trolled in the first area.
I look, I was able to save them somehow. Guys, quite a while they're on fire.
Yeah, so each area has a problem. Fillmore, you know, the people end up burning down a house.
What house is?
And very important, we take the offerings. Now I need to reach level 2 before I can go to the next area. So level 2 is Act 2, Area 2, Blood Pool. You need to be on level 2. So we're gonna get that level up, and then we can head over. But first, we gotta complete this act.
Are you saying that act already?
Yeah. So I'm heading into Act 2. X10 is going to be cleaning up some simulation.
Yep, just one more.
Act 2 is the first place we get to see one of the better glitches in this game. So there I got the fast fall. You have to leave the ledge at exactly, and press Y on one frame that you're leaving. And then here we're going to be going up for the wall clip. Alright, first try. So when you take damage and tap into the wall, you can get stuck for 1 pixel and you can continuously jump up this wall, making this climb very, very easy. And again, we do a lot of damage boosting. Alright, good. We got 4 hits against the Minotaur.
Oh.
Just a Minotaur and a Speedo, no problem. X10's coming up into the act now as well, so see how his wall clip goes. Hopefully first try. I immediately buffer B so he can dodge out of here and go to the next area.
Well, that's not happening.
Alright, so this level is very short, but I feel like this level gets very tricky. A lot of people find themselves into the pool with grape juice, especially fighting this boss at the end. The boss is scripted, but the chance of getting hits if you're not on cue with the attacks is very easy, and you get knocked in very easily. It's like you just have to stay with the pattern. Don't get greedy. So we triggered the boss to spawn on the left. And then we just stay with the quick kill, getting as many hits in on each side. So X10 putting down the Minotaur. Put down the Manticore. And now we're headed into the marshlands of Bloodpool, the land of a little boy named Teddy. For those that don't know, Teddy's story here is rather sad. The first thing we do is we use the bridge tech from Fillmore because otherwise they can't cross this river. So now they have the bridge so they can cross and seal the lower layers. And we're gonna farm as many monsters as we can here. We need like 26. And again, the population here is important. We need to stay on a high population. Population increases your levels. And again, we need to get to level 10 to get to the last area. So a lot of routing was done for figuring out the fastest way to collect the population. And seal layers. And seal layers. So 2 goals. You can connect the towns right here, but it doesn't offer any advantage in the speedrun.
Oh really? I thought getting that wheat upgrade and Fillmore help with the population growth.
They only build one field in Fillmore that can get upgraded, so it's really not worth it. But who knows? Maybe 2 years from now we'll be connecting the towns because it'll be a new skip or something.
Well, I know how to save time now.
So every time I'm grabbing the reticle from the center, I'm going to try to do a glitch here too. I'm going to try to despawn these bats permanently by killing them on the last frame they leave the screen, like that. So this is a new glitch I found this year. No more bats will spawn out of this lair now. So we've broken the lair. And that reduces some of the lag on the screen. And what you didn't see is the soul that the monster knocked would normally return to the shrine actually went off the screen. So no more bats will appear out of this lair. Alright, now Teddy runs away. Well, not yet. We're still behind on population. X10's here in Bloodpool now as well. Getting close.
This is one of my favorite simulations to do in this game.
Alright, here's our boy Teddy. The whole place thinks he ran away, but he's actually inspecting the lake right now and trying to figure out what the heck's going on. So meanwhile, the people are like, oh, give him some bread, make him come back. So we do that, we give him the bread. Teddy finds a magic skull. And that magic skull allows us to destroy the lair that's hidden here. We don't have to clear the trees. We just have to use the magic skull on that lair. So thanks to Teddy, everything is saved. So guess how the game rewards Teddy? Basically, they have to make a sacrifice to the boss in this castle, and they draw lots, and Teddy draws the short lots. So Teddy is gonna get sacrificed to the boss. So that's how they repay Teddy. And I feel like the magic skull was the previous Teddy. I don't know. It's like the cycle of Teddy. Alright. So I'm heading into the act. X10's working on his villagers.
slowly but slowly.
It's always nighttime here, even though it's always daytime in the sim. And it's a full moon. If things go well, the boss here will treat us nicely. I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of rooting for X10 right now because X10 is just amazing and has so much heart. So I'm expecting to get really trolled by this boss here. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this boss could turn it around. There's 2 bosses in this game that can really turn the run around. And greatly, we fight them twice.
Oh, my health. I was gonna go for a clip here, but I don't have enough health. So you can skip the elevator by clipping from this wall. But you need to take 2 hits here, so... And these are probably one of the easiest sets of Yoku blocks you'll find in the game. The statue's not very menacing either. These guys just want to touch you. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we get. Oh, the top spawn. This is bad. Bottom spawn's good. So if you can get enough hits in, you can prevent the werewolf transition, but it depends on the RNG of the spawns. So we did not skip the transformation, but still, pretty good fight. I hope X10 has a kinder fight.
We'll find out in a moment. And
so
you go ahead.
So what we're gonna get here right now is the Stardust Magic. This is the only magic we use in the game. This magic has also the highest RNG. So from here on, you're gonna hear a lot about Stardust RNG, Stardust Please, because it just has a tendency to it's either going to completely dominate the fights or completely whiff.
And don't worry, I didn't glitch the scene this time. I got Stardust. Can't believe I still did that this week.
Yeah, you don't want to skip Stardust. You can get away without using it because, and sometimes it's so bad, it's like not even having using it, but it's still going to be faster. I timed it. It's about 35 seconds faster, even at its worst, than going all sword.
That's good to know.
So here we do a little shimmy to get over the wavy cactuses.
You know what that stage always reminds me of? The first stage of Super Star Wars.
Super Star Wars? Yeah, this is definitely one of like the common desert theme from a Star Wars game.
And the boss doesn't help.
So we're going all in on these jumps. These are very hard jumps. You have to do the slash jump to get over these platforms. Oh! Well, we got Britney Spears. I call that Britney Spears. All right, X10. I'm giving you.
Give me some leeway here.
A little breathing room.
Okay.
Yeah, Britney Spears is the gatekeeper to the desert here.
If you die early in that room, though, it's not too bad. It's when you die like halfway.
Yeah, Braston is the janky version of this game, which I've watched but I haven't played. So that was Cassandora Act 1, second screen twice.
I just die myself. Luckily, I was right above where you spawn in.
Oh, you got a good checkpoint. That was a pretty good Stardust on the antlion. But you can one cycle the antlion if you get really good Stardust. Yeah, watch to see what patterns X10 gets on the Zeppelin Wolf.
Pretty good RNG. So to play safe.
So here I want to farm 10 monsters at the start of this sim.
Or make everyone nervous. And tank to my last hit.
Alright, so there, you see the local population is 10. That's what we need. And then we upgrade the fields immediately. This way we get more food. Like supporting food. Think of it like Warcraft 2 and farms.
Oh. I forgot to level up. It'd be helpful.
Alright, so we have a little bit of a troll monster here. Shouldn't be a problem. Lower him down. Good. X10 with the clutch.
Like I said, just making you all a tad nervous. I'm kind of like that I go all in type of person.
You gotta go all in. I mean,
now pay good attention to this. You see how sYn is immediately going to Cassandora where I have to go back to Fillmore? That's what happens when you get good soul count.
ready to serve. Yeah, so my population is going to pretty much be on par to get the level up that we need right at the last build in Marana, which is the second to last area. This area is a little bit slow. You have to build this strip straight up, and they can only advance a square if there's a house on it. So we have to wait one square at a time here to get through. And I call this the Las Vegas strip. This guy was just partying too hard. Just kind of wandered out into the deserts. I don't know what he was quite looking for. You got the Luxor Hotel right here. Nice. So what do we do to the guy? Well, you could just kind of sit here with the angel and imagine you can wash his hair, I guess. Yeah, we're really just kind of chilling here for the rest of the build. So X10's picking up an extra scroll in Fillmore as well. That could be beneficial for the later on in the boss rush. And you never know. Like I said, the Stardust can miss so many things. It's good to have sometimes the extra scroll.
And I also picked up an extra life source in Blood Pool by using the rain power on top of the lake in the northern section of it.
Yeah, as Crow points out, if you rescue the dead guy, he has the plague. And they bury him right next to the shrine, so everybody gets the plague.
Oof. We need a new name for that death.
You took a death in Cassandora?
Yeah, a bad one too.
It's alright, then that puts us even. Can't mess with the desert tonight. So important for this route is you also have to wait for this road. There's not a lot of places to build, so we just got to make sure that this square has a road on it. So when we leave here, they will build there. Well, it's more interesting if everything just goes smooth in the run. I mean, what kind of fun is that?
Yeah, no RNG, no fun.
So again, we do a lot of jumping over enemies here, slash jumps. I'm gonna try to do the pyramid jump here.
Yeah, you go for it because I can't do it.
I missed it. It's a really tough trick. There's no setup for it. In the Japanese version, you'd be dead on those spikes, but at least in the US version, we can go for it. Whoa! Getting extra spikes. So we set up a wall clip here, though. Metroid McFly came up with that setup for the wall clip. Well, this should be fun. I only have one hit. And everything wants to kill me. But that's what I get for going for the pyramid jump. But it's not a big time loss. The nice thing about this speedrun is there's really no major deaths. The levels are so short, so the checkpoints are very forgiving.
I got to mention a major death. Last year, same time of year, down to the final boss. I got some payback to do.
Okay, a death to the final boss in the boss rush would be, yeah. That's not one we want. Okay, everything before the boss rush. So here we have the Pharaoh head. This thing just goes down so easily with Stardust. I don't even know what to say there. You do have to get to the left, though. If you get to the left wall, it can't hurt you. If you go to the right wall, you're gonna have a bad day. So part of this route requires us to get more population, and we're going to do that in Fillmore. So Crow came up with this idea where we dodge out of an area while they're building there locally. And it just so happens that they do remote builds while you're away. So while they're remotely building in Casandora now, because normally they would be locally building there, they're going to actually do a remote build in Casandora, and they're going to do one in Fillmore at the same time, so we get a bonus. We get double the population. Yeah, Stardust is OP when it comes to magic. The only other good magic is the Aura spell, and that's used in 100%.
Unless you can't use it, then you don't use it.
Well, yeah, you have to remember to equip it.
I just have trouble using it in general.
Yeah, I mean, 100% is... We don't do it too often, so you don't get to see it that often. X10 was one of the first people to route 100%.
I still have no idea how that route worked.
I literally think there was a video and you were going through like pages of notes.
Yeah, basically I used animals FAQ of maximum population, and I made a route based on that.
Yeah, Animal made a really good guide.
To maximize every single population, grabbing all the items along the way.
The nice thing about any percent, though, is we still see the entire game. so there's no major skips. Alright, so I'm heading into Atos. X10 is going to be wrapping up simulation in Casandora pretty soon.
Yep, one more click away.
I think I really like Atos. I really like this area. Fillmore's at Civilization 3. We get more population. Plus the remote build is happening in Casandora at the same time. So there we had to get the population of 950. So we had to wait. We had to wait somewhere. So we go to Fillmore because we get a bonus while they're building in Casandora. Because if you just stay in Casandora, you don't get a remote build. Because the remote build was supposed to be on Casandora's turn. So when you go to Fillmore, you get the remote build in Casandora, and then you get the local build in Fillmore as well. Alright, so that's fast climb there. I'm going to try to jump over this volcano. Yes, got it. So you could just slash jump perfectly over the volcano if you can line up. That's like a, I'd say like a 1 to 4 frame trick, depending on the frame rule of movement you're on. And here you get the sword beam, which is the only place in platforming that you can get it as an item.
That looks.
Alright, so X10's dealing with some mummies.
Oh, wait till you see the next screen. It's quite hard.
Yeah, X10 also, everything in the pyramid is running on a global cycle per screen, so you have to make to certain platforms at certain times. So that's why there's a lot of damage boosting. Trying not to slow down. Alright, now the Atos sim is probably one of the hardest to farm monsters. While a miracle is being cast, the timer stops, like the hourglass, giving you time to kill the monsters on the screen. So basically, I'm taking advantage of that, because we have to clear these areas anyway, and I'm going to be casting the lightning, timing it as the monsters spawn, and that's how we farm the souls. And this is the first area that gets the spikes. Sorry, the skulls. They cause earthquakes.
Oof.
So we farmed enough souls so they were able to build on 3 squares. And that's why we build in a weird way, like down, right, up, like this way they build on 3 squares. X10 finishing up the boss.
Yep, and back to Fillmore again for me.
No issues. I think X10's having a little bit of a party in his house, and I'm jealous, so...
Yeah, just bye. Did someone close the door, please?
I'm so sorry.
Is everyone going to bed?
It's getting rowdy.
Should be fixed now. No, if I do one thing. But that'll be the second thing now.
I hired them to distract you.
Oh, trust me, my family's good at doing that without any help.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up the simulation. Just 2 more layers here. And yeah, X10's going for that. He's got to get to 950 population to get to the next area, which is where we're at right now.
Yeah, I'm quite far behind. I'm at 816.
So here's what we're going to be doing. Oh, yeah, so unfortunately one of the townspeople dies here. He wants us to rain, you know, like send the master's tears, but we don't do that because it takes too much time. So the guy just dies. We don't grant the dying wish.
It's no way I can save time. Sweet.
X10 is very merciful and apparently grants the dying wish.
I have every single time so far.
You are getting the PBs though, so maybe that's the way to go.
You know, I just realized something. When I spell fail more, I did it perfectly to like 100% if I fill in a few gaps. I got the one bridge, and that's it.
That's it. The other thing is every miracle is used in the speedrun, so we had to use the wind to get the windmills going here.
We do make it rain though, right?
You don't have to make it rain in Atos, but
No,
you...
rain.
Yeah, use rain in Cassandora. So I get to head into the volcano. That seems like a good idea. This is going to be one of the harder levels. It's all damage boosting. Alright, made it to the first checkpoint. This stage is brought to you by Apple iCloud. Everybody likes to call these iClouds. I don't know. Shoutouts to Dagron for that nice little backwards damage boost into the Apple. And then Stardust.
Nope.
On the fire wheel. We did get a volcano jump. Let's see if X10 gets one.
Yeah, no. Close!
Alright. We got one though. One for the marathon is still solid.
I've yet to make that jump once.
So Atos Sim, we got the guy in like sandals and a toga scaling a mountain. I mean, brave adventurer here. There's 2 things we need while we wait for population. We need the fleece from the sheep, and while this guy's up there, he finds a magic sword. So we take all that. Then we just kind of hang out here. So X10's heading through the waterfall. Now the water serpent fight that X10's going to be doing is scripted as well. There's really no RNG. You just have to get the hits in.
Unless you miss one and then you go, where does it go next?
If you completely don't know the pattern, yeah, it could be a problem.
Like, I do know it.
There's actually a safe spot.
I just wasn't sure what was on it. Because I didn't want to jump and get knocked off and die.
No, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. You can easily fall off those ledges. It's so tight. Yeah, so X10's just entering the simulation here. I'm actually just leaving the sim. So far, I don't think either of us have made any large mistakes in terms of simulation. We got the offerings we needed. Considering we got some monsters trolling, you know, we're pretty much on par with population.
Now, unless one of us glitch not getting the freeze, we should be in good shape.
So we're gonna get one more try at this wall clip. Actually, 2 more tries. One here. Alright, second try, not bad. But the more important is the wall clip on the boss. Alright, so let's see if we can get it here. 'Cause this fight is otherwise really... Alright. 3 tries. But once you get it, you just wail on it, and that's it. So X10 opted not to use Strength of an Angel to fight the monsters in Ato's Sim. That's gonna make it pretty hard to kill. So right now I'm entering... Oops. Right now I'm entering... Oops. Right now I'm entering the second to last area, so we are ahead by just an area. We use the earthquake immediately to join the 2 islands. You don't want to use the earthquake later because it's going to level all your beautiful huts.
Yeah, I have a very unique way of taking that section.
So anytime you see a miracle being cast, or anytime you're in a menu, or anytime you're grabbing this reticle, everything's frozen, so you gotta do this stuff as fast as possible. Because each one of these miracles is just freezing time. It's not advancing while it's going on. And that's what makes this game now so quick. Like, you can now complete this game in about an hour with no issues. When you just know exactly where to build, avoiding all the text. So people look at the speedrun and they're like, yeah, you know, it's all that simulation, it's all that building, it's slow. Yeah, not anymore.
Hey, it goes quite fast.
But if you just like platforming, there is the professional mode. Very competitive. There's been a lot of new runners to this game this year. Both modes. Pro mode, any percent. A lot of new strats. A lot of new tech.
Alright, time for the stage I hate the most.
Yeah.
I tend
I'd
to
like
get a
to
bit
say-
heated here.
You could take the volcano safe. It's usually recommended to kill a couple monsters, because like I said, you're just damage boosting. And one misstep and you're
toast.
Into the ragu. Sim parts have all the charm. So you actually can't use the skull on the wrong layer. I've tried. It'll say, isn't there a better place to use it?
You know what I always wanted to test? If you could use it on another one of the same demon but in a different spot, if that makes sense. But you had to glitch the game or cheat in some way to do it.
Yeah, I wish, but it knows better. Like Quintet actually did a pretty good job in all their games. There aren't any really major glitches that we found yet. So X10's going through
That's not good.
literally hell right now in that volcano. Nice. So now I gotta wait for 1900 population.
Dude. That was so close.
More clutch coming from X10.
I've never taken that box with that amount of health before. Ever. I need to level up.
Alright, we're rolling into Act 2 for Marana here. Another level that just, you don't really do much fighting. However, somebody by the name of Bismarck, who might even be in chat, found a hidden apple in this game that's been hidden for probably 30 years or more. Whenever this game came, 1990, since 1991, nobody's known about this apple. I guess the developers knew. No, Nintendo Power doesn't have it. None of the speedrunners knew. No GameFAQ. You just happened to find a hidden apple this whole time.
That was like my favorite discovery ever of this game.
So now we call it the Bism apple. It's hidden right here. Right behind this column. So that's why we can take even more damage boosts and not worry about health. Plus, not waiting for health to fill up at the end. He found it completely by accident. So that's why when somebody's playing a game, they might not be even if they're just playing it for the first time, you never know what they're gonna find. The games, we've been speedrunning this for 3 years, 4 years, 12 years, however many years. Nobody found that apple. It's unbelievable.
Like, I remember as a kid playing for this game straight. Because I had nothing else to do that time. You know what? I'm gonna play ActRaiser.
Alright, so X10's working on 1500 population to get to Marana. We're in the lullaby here of North Wall.
Sweet first try.
Yeah, the Stardust on Kali is fine. It's better than waiting a cycle for it to drop down again. Ultimately, the first Stardust should have finished it off, but it didn't. Because Stardust. There's a lot of people that love this game. It's such a good game. This is actually my favorite game. Soul Blazer is my second for SNES. Alright, so we got good eyeballs here are RNG. We don't know where they're gonna spawn. We actually have really good eyeballs.
Bad boss.
Did you get the wall clip?
No.
Ah, you gotta do. So now you get to see how that fight looks without the wall clip.
This way they can see the whole scope of the game.
You get that. You get all that tentacle action right now on X10's side. Some people like that tentacle action. That's a thing. I don't know why. But you took it down. You took it down with no issues, really. So having to redo that fight is terrible. So normally I would have Strength of an Angel, but I accidentally used it in Marana, so we gotta do this without it. That should be fun. I've actually been practicing this, because I don't want to have to use Strength of an Angel. I love how it's very quiet though, because like simulation is so stressful.
Yeah, it takes a bit of focus. But see, I start by lightning the trees. Yeah. Quickly do enough chaos to get 10 SP, now do the earthquake. All before the first cycle.
Yeah, it's really tight window.
And without using Strength of an Angel.
So right now, I am ahead just by one area. This is North Wall's the last area in the speedrun. Marana's second to last. You go from the jungle to the cold. Technically you can go in different order, but there is a level requirement for each area. Like you have to be level 10 to get to here, to North Wall. But once you're past level 8, like a lot of people I think did Marana before they did Ato. Uh-oh. Kill him before the earthquake. Okay. You gotta give it to X10 has no fear. X10 has no fear. He's got a 113. I mean, I have a sub-hour, but the thing is, we love ActRaiser. He's been playing this game. He loves ActRaiser, and we said we gotta do a race. We gotta do a race. So I'm rooting for X10. I'm rooting for him. Gets 3 PBs this week in practice.
Yeah, we're from a 128 to a 113.
He's the one that said, you know, there's not enough runners. Put my time on the leaderboard to encourage more runners. I mean, that is like, he just wanted more people playing this game. You just gotta appreciate that. Don't play that Soul Seraph game. That thing bombed. Just play ActRaiser instead. What really, where Soul Seraph was inspired from?
Yeah, I was so disappointed when I heard that didn't do as well as expected. I still might give it a try though, just because I want more like this.
Alright, so I'm climbing the tree. This level's fun. It's also brutal. Because you don't know where the eyes are gonna spawn. Yeah, if somehow Tanzra just destroys me, that could level the entire race right now.
Yeah, I got that safety net for that occasion.
Yeah, I'm going all in.
I mean, I'm just spawn camping here at the moment.
Stardust? Okay. So we have a strategy for the Wyvern with manipulating the positioning, but you don't know if it's going to swoop or not. Now, once you clear all the acts, you get Deathheim unlocked. So that is going to be the final area. And it's a boss rush. Everybody's favorite Minotaur and a Speedo. The bosses are faster in the boss rush. And you have to complete all the bosses with the lives you have. And we are at the minimum level. Well, we just got a really good Zeppelin Wolf pattern. Okay, maybe not. Alright.
I'm like, that's more like it. Like, you don't just get a good one with that. No, you earn it.
I just cursed my own pattern there. X10 in the hidden apple act again.
And don't worry, we're picking it up, people. Here's my LNG.
Yeah, all the second bosses. It's a valid question though, which would have been harder, the Act 1 bosses or the Act 2 bosses? If you had to do the refights. This fight is scripted. You take 2 hits. You can actually take 0 damage to the fire wheel if you want. But you can also just take the 2 hits since we have the health.
It takes me about an extra 10 to 15 minutes after sYn completes the game. It's what the time difference is.
Yeah, based on PBs, but it's funny because you're doing the Marana boss while I'm doing it in the boss rush. It looked very even for a second. So now we're not in a giant snow globe anymore, but there's still some lag on the screen every time the Wyvern uses the ice, but not as much. So here you see the manipulation we use for the Wyvern fights. I hope this isn't the run where bad wins over good, because good is dumb. But we will see. So Tanzra has 2 phases. Both are very manageable though, if you know where to stand. Again, another pretty much scripted fight here.
Basically, the biggest hole that holds me back from sYn is my simulation. I come to the 39th cycle.
Oh jeez.
Not good.
Yeah, we have different simulation routes. Alright.
If I ask here, please. Thank you.
So now I get to focus on X10's run and commentate twice. While the really boring ending is going to play out on my side, there's only one thing in the ending that we can do. You could put 2 inputs into the ending per area, so...
Oh, why did it might do that? I didn't do it all week. And
you
then
didn't get the water skip. Yeah, thanks for the GGs.
and congrats on getting that first place though.
Thank you, X10.
Yes, someone had the gun seriously wrong on your end to lose against me.
I don't count anything out. I did never count anything out. So of course, since we can put some inputs into the ending, I'm gonna give a little angel butt. So X10 dealing with some rough eyeballs.
Hey, I want to have them here in the next level.
Like I said, X10, so much heart, no fear. We gotta watch him finish this out. Has like how many like clutch boss fights did you have already?
3?
Yeah, you gotta.
2 or 3? I always lose count after a while.
Yeah, he's closing in. I mean, he's already on Act 1 boss. This Act 1 boss, no sweat, lures him to the left side, knockoff with Stardust. You basically don't even take any damage. So here you're gonna see the story of Bloodpool and the and Teddy on the ending side. Everything I explained. Yeah, X10 basically was like, I'm not gonna watch any tutorials. I'm just gonna go based on what I know and play this game. And he's just been getting faster and faster. Like, unbelievable.
Like, this is like my first run this deep into it that I'm not on PB base.
Yeah. I was hoping for that race PB, but...
No, I reset on like my first death. I'm like on my first run. I'm like, oh, I can do better than that. I'll reset. And after that, I'll do a deathless run. Well, besides the planned deaths I have in it.
Yeah, pro mode has come. Metroid McFly, who actually contributed a lot of some of the platforming strats. He's going to be playing pro mode later in the week. But yeah, when you beat the game, you unlock professional mode, which is no simulation. Enemies do more damage. You have no magic. It's fun though. It's fun.
No sword beam in the Dragon Balls. That's the big killer right there.
Yeah, you gotta fight in the waterfall, all with sword. So here, X10 is keeping the population to 14 to avoid a thank you message, because they thank you for the fleece, for making it a warm, place they can inhabit. So we purposely keep the population lower there, so we avoid a message. Like you said, text boxes take too much time, so we just skip as many as we can.
Like, I do know some of the skips with the text boxes. The Fillmore one is a coin flip for me.
Meanwhile, these people don't even... The North Wall are the people that leave you immediately. They're like, we're out. We're not going to the shrine anymore.
This is live, people. This whole marathon is live.
Doing it live! Yeah, it's been a crazy marathon actually. I love the SNES. I think the SNES has so many good games. There's been games I've seen that I want to start running now.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for the next one after ours. Magic Sword is such an excellent game.
I finished with a 101 Trails. X10's working on the last area now. So right now, the ending is playing out on my side here. Probably one of the most, unfortunately, like the worst part of the game, the boring ending.
Okay.
Imagine these skulls showing up in your, an enormous skull just showing up in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I see that every day.
I almost had one cast Earthquake. I almost had it.
Oh, talking thing. Me like that? Oops.
Oh, getting close to the fun stage. The music, if you hear semblance to Star Wars, it's because Yuzo Koshiro took a lot of influence from John Williams for the music in this, and you're gonna see that in this tree.
Oh, that's a new one.
I think I gotta thank Esmo for that, because I didn't know it was John Williams.
I see chat approved of my earthquake there.
Oh, you.
You mentioned it. Hey, that's what you have to do 100%.
That's why X10 is awesome. I didn't know we were supposed to earthquake the people. I missed that memo.
1 second. I need to. Oh. Okay. I hate this stage sometimes. Alright.
Yeah, X10 dealing with some really trolly eyeballs.
I was trying to clutch that. Sometimes you just can't clutch it. Heck, these eyeballs! Holy moly!
Yeah, I would say the tree is probably one of the hardest levels.
Alright, make a choice here. Stick to it. Do that.
It's like everywhere you want to jump. Oh, eyeball.
I have no spot underneath my feet even!
Yeah, the checkpoint in the tree, the first checkpoint's pretty rough to get, but it's usually a good idea to reset your health if you're pretty low. This way you get, because when you get to the wyvern, you don't start again at the wyvern, you have to start up from the bottom of the bubbles and work all the way back up again. It's a big time loss, so if you're not going to have enough health going into the wyvern, it's always good to reset at this checkpoint. Stardust just tearing into the wyvern. Wow.
But luckily, I wouldn't have to do the minute there a tiny bit from you.
At least somebody had good Stardust. Alright, boss rush. Let's go X10.
Okay, 5 hits is perfect for my strats. Sweet. I'll take that. Take that.
How much you can do with the Minotaur? Minotaur is just win the damage war. See what kind of pattern you get on the Zeppelin Wolf.
It was good till I messed it up.
Yeah, the middle spawns are good. That's like average. You want the lower spawns ultimately, and you can maybe skip the transition. The Wolfman. X10's got 4 lives. He picked up that extra source of life. That's really good just in case things go and you need to take some death abuses here. So you don't, like I said, you don't know what pattern you're going to get from the Zeppelin Wolves. You might end up taking some extra hits. Same thing with Stardust on Wyvern. You just have no idea how those things are going to play out. Yeah, so taking that death abuse really makes the rest of the fights easier. You could just tank the fire wheel. Yo, Minotaur is definitely a lover. I think Tig would approve of that. X10's got this ride the platform, launch some Stardust strat for Kalia. I think it's pretty cool. Anytime Kalia shoots one of those lightning bolts, it's you lose about 2 to 3 seconds. It's RNG. I think there's like a 1 in 8 chance. Fred looked it up. 1 in 8 chance of it firing that lightning.
We're just gonna restart that one.
Yeah, it was that wheel, the fire wheel. I was gonna say you're going bold with the Wyvern fight here.
This is why I pick up the extra life source. Guys, this is gonna go one of two ways.
Yeah. Using the Wyvern minute, it's still you don't know if the Wyvern's gonna swoop or not. Though. Like you can control where it spawns, but you don't know if it's swooping or not. So the swoops you're guaranteed to take damage. It's unavoidable, basically.
Okay, this is gonna be really dicey.
X10 coming up to Tanzra. Let's go. You got this. Yeah, in the US version it's Tanzra. In the Japanese version it's just the devil. It's got more in it. They removed that.
This is why I got the extra life source.
Round 2. Fight. If you notice, Tandra's got like a derpy version of Tandra. Yo, X10 with the finish.
And still an estimate, luckily.
Nah, no doubt you would have done it.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that, everyone. I still locked North Wall for sure, though.
No, once again, it's just a pleasure to run with somebody that has such a passion for this game. Like, I'm talking years. I've been running it for 3 years. X10's been running it for just as long, if not longer.
Well, now,
And
I'm like the grandfather of this game almost.
it's a great community, a lot of new runners. And it's, you know what? It's not really that difficult to learn. We have tutorials. I'm glad we got to race. I think it was just great.
I think it's like the first time I ever raced ActRaiser.
Yeah, this is a great game. Great community. Thanks SpeedGaming and Fiesel for setting this up.
And thank you for me as well.
All right, so next up, Magic Sword by Yelsrick. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been great.